Let's say you get arrested. You haven't been convicted. You're presumed innocent, but you're in jail. Here's what happens next. You get charged a booking fee. You get charged a daily incarceration fee. You get charged for medical care. You get charged for phone calls. You get charged for basic hygiene items. And when you're released, whether you're convicted or not, you leave with a bill. You are made to pay for your own cage.
Welcome to Everything's an Illusion. I'm Amethyst.
I'm Mavic.
This is the show where we talk about things everyone's thinking but nobody wants to say out loud.
The oddities, the contradictions, the things that don't quite line up with the official story.
Like whether AI is going to replace us all or if that's already happening and we're just not admitting it.
It's happening.
Or if ancient civilizations like Tartaria actually existed and someone decided we shouldn't remember them.
There's a lot of missing history that's suspiciously missing.
Or whether the legal system actually protects people or just pretends to while extracting wealth.
Spoiler for today's episode: follow the money.
We cover legal rights that exist on paper but not in practice, constitutional loopholes, the overlap between technology and control.
Like how AI is being used to write everything from homework to legal briefs.
And the people in charge pretend they don't know.
Even though they're probably using it too.
We don't push narratives. We just ask the questions the mainstream doesn't want asked.
And point out the patterns they don't want you to see.
What you do with that is up to you.
Today's episode is about jail fees, which, according to multiple sources that may or may not include a Wikipedia deep dive, exist in at least 44 U.S. states.
These fees include booking charges, daily incarceration costs, medical copays, and even charges for public defenders, who are constitutionally supposed to be free.
The Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to counsel, but some jurisdictions bill you for it afterward anyway.
Because rights are theoretical, billing is real.
Last episode, we broke down how the right to live has become the obligation to pay, how homelessness is criminalized, how property ownership is conditional, and how you don't even have the right to sustain yourself without permission.
Today we're diving into what happens when the system takes your freedom entirely.
And still charges you for it.
Is it still dystopia if it's documented policy?
No. That's just reality pretending to be fiction.
Which is somehow worse.
So much worse.
But first,
Quick pause before we get into the really depressing part. This episode is powered by Dubby.
if you need energy to get through conversations about jails billing people for their own incarceration,
Or literally anything else that requires functioning like a human.
Dubby's the move.
No sugar, no crashes, no feeling like your nervous system is staging a coup.
Just clean energy that doesn't make you regret your choices 3 hours later.
If you want to try it, use code STARLITHEART at checkout. That's STARLITHEART. One word.
Link in the description.
Now back to talking about how you get billed for being kidnapped by the state.
Cool. Very normal topic.
So you get arrested.
Maybe you did something. Maybe you didn't. Doesn't matter yet. You haven't been to trial. You're taken to jail. And immediately, you're charged a fee.
It's called a booking fee or an intake fee.
Like a cover charge.
Exactly like a cover charge. Except the club is a concrete box and you can't leave.
How much?
Depends on the county. Could be $50. Could be $250. Sometimes more.
And this is just for being processed?
Yep, fingerprints, mugshot, paperwork. They charge you for the administrative cost of arresting you.
So it's like getting charged a convenience fee for buying concert tickets, Except the concert is jail and you didn't buy a ticket.
And you can't get a refund.
Even if you're innocent.
Even if you're innocent. Even if charges get dropped. Even if you're never convicted.
So you're billed for being accused.
Correct.
How is that legal?
Because it's framed as a fee, not a punishment.
But if you can't opt out, if it's forced on you, how is it not a punishment?
Great question. And the courts have mostly said, not our problem.
Not our problem is doing a lot of heavy lifting in American jurisprudence.
It really is.
So the system takes your freedom, charges you for it, and there's no recourse.
Not really, no.
Cool. Cool. Very normal system we have here.
Booking fees are just the start. In many jails, you're also charged a daily fee for being incarcerated.
Wait, a daily fee?
Yep, it's called a pay-to-stay fee, or room and board.
Room and board. Like it's a hotel.
That's literally the language they use.
Okay, but hotels have mints on the pillow, cable TV, complimentary breakfast.
Jail has a metal toilet bolted to a wall next to a metal bed.
So, no privacy.
No privacy.
And definitely no continental breakfast.
Definitely not.
How much?
Again, depends on the county. Could be $20 a day. Could be $60. Could be $142. That's what it is in Riverside County, California.
$142 a day?
Yep.
So if you're in jail for a month awaiting trial, that's over $4,000.
Correct. And remember, you haven't been convicted. You're presumed innocent.
Right, but you're being billed like you ordered the premium package.
Every single day.
And you can't leave. You can't work. You can't earn money to pay this bill that's piling up.
Right. The system removes your ability to earn income and simultaneously generates debt.
It's like getting your car towed and then being charged storage fees while you're trying to figure out how to get it back.
Except the car is your body, and the tow lot is a cage.
That's significantly darker than where I was going with that.
Sorry.
No, you're right. It's just bleak.
It gets worse.
Of course it does. Okay, what's worse than charging people daily rent for a cage they can't leave?
Charging them for health care while they're in that cage.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
So you're in jail, you get sick, or you have a chronic condition, or you get hurt. You need medical care.
You get charged for it.
For medical care? In jail?
Yeah. Copays for doctor visits. Charges for medication in some places.
I mean, we get charged for that outside jail too.
True, but outside jail, you can choose not to go. You can wait. You can seek charity care. You can go to a different provider.
And in jail?
In jail, you see who they assign you. When they decide. You have no alternative options.
So it's a captive market. Literally.
Literally. And here's the thing. The Eighth Amendment says you're constitutionally entitled to adequate medical care while incarcerated.
So they're required to provide it.
They're required to provide it. But they charge you for accessing it anyway.
So they put a paywall in front of a constitutional right.
Exactly. And if you can't afford it, you don't get care. Or you go into debt.
While you're already locked up.
While you're already locked up.
Okay, that's messed up. But honestly, that's not that much worse than the outside. People can't afford healthcare out here either.
Fair point.
So what makes jail actually worse?
Let me show you. Let's talk about staying connected. You're in jail. You want to call your family. Maybe to arrange bail. Maybe to talk to your kids. Maybe just to hear a voice that doesn't echo off concrete.
Okay.
Phone calls from jail are expensive. Really expensive. In some places, a 15-minute call can cost $15 or more.
That's $1 a minute.
At least. And it's not like you can shop around. There's one provider. You pay their rate, or you don't call.
What about email or messaging?
Also expensive. Some jails charge per message. Some charge for access to a tablet.
A tablet?
Yeah, some jails have these locked-down tablets where you can send messages or read emails, but you pay for every interaction.
So even basic communication with the outside world is monetized.
Everything is monetized. You want soap? Costs money. Toothpaste? Costs money. Deodorant? Costs money. Extra food? Costs money.
Wait, don't they provide that?
They provide the bare minimum. If you want anything beyond that, or if what they provide is inadequate, you buy it from the commissary.
At what prices?
Inflated. Way inflated. Want a packet of salt?
Salt?
Yeah. A single salt packet that would be free at any restaurant outside could be 10, 15, 25 cents depending on the jail.
That's ridiculous. But it's just salt.
And in some places, you're not allowed to take it back to your cell. You pay for it, use it in the mealroom, and if you don't use it all, they throw it away.
Wait, so you pay for something they force you to throw away?
Yep.
That's not even about making money. That's just cruel.
It's control. And profit. Both.
So how do you pay for any of this?
Family puts money on your account. Or you work a jail job. For pennies an hour.
Wait, what?
Jail labor. If you want to make money while you're in there, you work.
Doing what?
Laundry, kitchen work, cleaning, maintenance. Whatever the jail needs.
And they pay you?
Almost nothing. The Federal Bureau of Prisons pays between 12 cents and 40 cents per hour. State and local jails? It varies, but you're looking at anywhere from 14 cents to maybe $2 an hour if you're lucky. Most places pay around 25 to 50 cents. Some states pay nothing at all.
$2 an hour is the high end?
That's the high end, and that's rare.
So most people are making what, a quarter an hour?
About that. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less.
So you work 8 hours and make $2.
If you're making 25 cents an hour, yeah, $2.
Which barely covers a phone call.
Barely.
Or like 8 salt packets.
8 salt packets that they might make you throw away.
So that medical copay we talked about earlier.
If it's $20 and you're making 25 cents an hour, that's 80 hours of work.
That's 2 full weeks of labor.
2 full weeks to see a doctor you didn't choose, for care you can't refuse.
And the daily incarceration fee?
$142 a day in some places. At 25 cents an hour, you'd have to work 568 hours to pay for 1 day.
That's impossible.
It's impossible. The math doesn't work. You can't earn enough to cover what they're charging.
So the debt just piles up.
The debt piles up while you're locked in a cage, unable to leave, unable to earn real money.
This is a system designed to extract money from people who have none.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
While they're locked in a cage.
While they're locked in a cage.
Let's make sure we're crystal clear on this. All of these fees, booking, daily incarceration, medical, phone calls, they apply whether you're convicted or not.
Correct.
So you could be arrested, held for a week, then released because the charges were dropped or you were found not guilty.
Yep.
And you'd still owe money.
You'd still owe money.
For being falsely accused.
The system doesn't see it that way. You use the jail. You pay for the jail.
But you didn't choose to use the jail.
Doesn't matter.
It's like if someone kidnapped you, held you in their basement for a week, then sent you a bill for utilities.
That's actually a pretty good analogy.
Thank you. I've been workshopping it.
It's good. Dark, but good.
So the presumption of innocence doesn't protect you from being billed.
No, it doesn't.
That's grotesque.
It is. And it's legal in most places.
I need you to stop saying that.
What?
It's legal. Because every time you say it, I lose a little more faith in the concept of law.
You're just now struggling with that faith. I lost it ages ago.
That's not surprising.
So you're released. Maybe you were convicted and served time. Maybe charges were dropped. Either way, you're out. But the bill isn't gone.
You still owe the fees.
You still owe the fees. And now they start trying to collect.
How?
Bills sent to your address, collections agencies, wage garnishment if you're employed, liens on property if you have any.
And if you can't pay?
Your credit gets trashed. You might get sued. In some places, unpaid court fees can lead to a warrant and rearrest.
So you get arrested for not paying the bill from being arrested.
Essentially, yes.
That's a debt trap.
It's a cycle. Poverty increases the chance of arrest. Arrest increases debt. Debt increases instability. Instability increases the chance of future arrest.
It's like a subscription service, but for incarceration.
And you can't cancel.
Can't even leave a bad Yelp review.
Well, you can, but they'll charge you for internet access.
Of course they will. Let's zoom out. What is this system doing?
It's punishing people for being poor.
Because if you're wealthy, you can post bail. You're not sitting in jail racking up fees.
Correct. Bail is another issue, but yeah. If you have money, you're out.
So the fees only hit people who can't afford bail.
Right. Which means they disproportionately hit the poor.
And when they're released, they're poorer than before.
They leave with debt they couldn't avoid, often without a job, because they lost it while incarcerated.
So they're less stable, more likely to end up back in the system.
Exactly. It's not rehabilitation, it's extraction.
And it's...
Legal.
You did it again.
Sorry.
But you're not wrong.
No, I'm not. So, why do jails do this?
Money, right?
Partly. Local governments are underfunded. Jails are expensive to run, so they try to offset costs by charging inmates.
But the people they're charging don't have money.
No. So the system doesn't actually recover much, but it generates a lot of debt.
So it's not even effective as a funding mechanism.
Not really. What it is effective at is shifting the narrative.
How so?
It makes incarceration seem like a service, like something people use and should pay for.
But it's not a service. It's a deprivation of freedom.
Right. But calling it room and board makes it sound voluntary, like you're staying at a hotel.
Which you're not.
Which you're not.
So the language again hides what's happening.
Always.
It's the same thing we talked about in the last episode. Euphemisms doing all the work.
Exactly. Quality of life ordinances instead of making homelessness illegal.
Room and board instead of billing you for your own cage.
Administrative costs instead of punishment before conviction.
The words matter.
The words always matter.
Here's what we're saying. You can be arrested. You can be held without conviction. You can be charged for being held. You can be charged for medical care you didn't choose. You can be charged for basic necessities. You can be released, innocent or not, with a bill you couldn't avoid. And if you can't pay, you go into debt, your credit tanks, and you risk being arrested again.
That's the system.
And this is legal.
This is legal.
Wait, hold on. Isn't this what they tell us our tax dollars are for?
What do you mean?
The justice system, prisons, jails, courts. We pay taxes for that, right?
That's what we're told, yes.
So we already paid for the jail, the building, the guards, the medical staff, all of it.
Correct.
But when someone gets arrested and put in that jail that we already paid for,
They get billed.
we paid for it with taxes, and then they charge the person using it. That's double billing.
It is.
So where's the tax money actually going? Because if we're funding jails with taxes and inmates are also being charged, someone's getting paid twice.
The county's collecting the fees, the private companies running the commissaries, the phone companies, the corporations contracting jail labor for pennies.
So we pay taxes to fund the system. The system charges inmates to exist in it, and private companies profit off both. That's not a justice system. That's a business model.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, let me trace this all the way through. Last episode, we talked about how homelessness is illegal in a lot of places.
Right. You can't sleep outside. You can't exist in public space without money.
So if you're homeless and broke, you get arrested.
Yes.
Then you're charged fees, booking, daily incarceration, medical, phone calls, all because you're homeless and broke.
Correct.
And when you're released, you now have jail debt on top of being homeless. So you're even more broke than before. Which means you still can't afford housing, so you're still homeless, which is still illegal.
Correct.
So the cycle just repeats.
Actually, it's worse than that.
How could it be worse?
In many jurisdictions, they won't release you unless you have a verified home address.
Wait, what?
You can't be released from jail in some places unless you can provide a home address.
So if you don't have one,
You stay.
even if your charges are dropped?
Even if charges are dropped. Even if you're not convicted. No address, no release.
Wait, say that again?
Some jurisdictions won't release you without a verified home address.
So the thing that got you arrested in the first place,
Is now the thing keeping you locked up.
that's insane.
That's policy.
So you sit in jail longer, racking up more fees, getting more broke, which means you definitely can't afford housing when you get out, if you get out.
Correct.
And then the cycle repeats.
It repeats.
You can't get housing because you're in jail. You can't leave jail because you don't have housing. And the whole time you're being charged.
That's the system.
So it criminalizes poverty, charges you for being poor, makes you poorer, and then traps you so you can't escape.
That's the cycle.
And at every step, someone's making money.
At every step.
That's evil.
It's systemic.
It's systematically evil.
That it is.
So how is this not a violation of basic rights?
Because the courts have said Fees aren't punishment, they're administrative costs.
But they're mandatory. You can't avoid them. You might be innocent. We already paid for it with taxes, and it creates a trap you can't escape.
None of that matters legally.
So what rights do you actually have?
Theoretical ones. Rights that exist on paper, but not in practice.
Because if you can be locked up and billed for it before you're convicted, then the presumption of innocence is just a phrase.
And if the Eighth Amendment says, no cruel and unusual punishment, but courts say fees aren't punishment, then the amendment doesn't protect you.
And if we pay taxes to fund the justice system, but inmates are also charged to use it, then it's not a public service, it's a profit center.
And if being poor gets you arrested, and being arrested makes you poorer, and being poorer keeps you locked up, then poverty itself is the crime.
And the sentence is indefinite.
As long as you can't pay.
So the Constitution protects you in theory, but billing is real. Our tax dollars don't actually cover what they're supposed to, because someone found a way to charge for it twice. And the cycle never ends, not unless you can pay your way out.
Which you can't, because you're poor.
Which is why you're in the cycle in the first place.
Exactly.
So here's where we are. The system doesn't just take your freedom.
It bills you for it.
It doesn't just incarcerate you.
It extracts wealth from you while you're captive.
And when you leave, you're worse off than when you went in.
If you can leave at all.
Because without an address,
You might not be going anywhere.
so the debt keeps growing.
And the cycle keeps repeating.
This isn't justice,
No, it's not.
and it's not an accident. It's policy.
Designed, implemented, and defended.
We're not telling you what to do with this information.
We're just telling you, this is what's happening.
And once you see it,
You can't unsee it,
you have a right to life, supposedly.
but not the right to sustain it,
You have a right to liberty, supposedly.
but not the right to avoid being billed for losing it.
You pay taxes for public services.
But they charge you to use them anyway.
And if you're too poor to pay,
You get trapped in a cycle that makes you poorer.
and if you're too poor to have an address,
The cycle might never let you go,
everything's an illusion.
except the debt.
The debt is very real.
The debt is always real.
Thanks for listening.
This has been Everything's an Illusion.
See you next time.